guys, so one of the main questions we've had about this series is who is this masked man? And for a second I thought we were getting that reveal last week. And I don't even know who that guy was, but some guy took off the mask. Cora didn't seem to care. I'd never seen him before, and he just kind of laughed it off. I think he was just kind of messing around with her. So here's the thing. There has to be a real masked man, and that person has to be revealed in the finale. So I wanted to make this video to explore who I think could possibly be the real masked man. So let's start with one that you may find odd and you may find right on, because I've seen some people think this and some people definitely don't. But let's go with Frankie. First of all, whoever was administering this stuff to her has to probably have some medical expertise. We know he's a medical student. Now, this is a bit odd after watching last week's episode because he came off as quite the good guy, knight in shining armor, really sweet to Phoebe, tried to save her life, etc., which made me really mad at Cora for stabbing him to death in that terrible manner. Why would she do that? Like, I understand she was traumatized by watching her sister die, but she knows that he didn't do that on purpose. Maybe there's more to the story. Was he the one torturing her for all this time? Like, she lost like 2 months of memory because of being tortured and drugged, and someone forced her to do heroin. Remember all those scars on her arms? I mean, someone seriously abused her. So is this Frankie? Is this person? Let's also think about why it could not be him. He is my number one guess, or guess number one. I don't know if he's my number one suspect, but guess number one. Let's go back to when she had the memory of the guy checking on her with the mask, and he had the very nice shoes, the very nice pants. This to me does not fit with Frankie. It looks like an older guy, someone who's probably a member of the club. We know those people in the club are really shady. So this brings me to suspect number two, which is the police chief. A lot of people have said, why the heck could the police chief be involved? He's barely been, pointed out. People don't make it. He's not looking very shady. He's not a huge player in this series. Well, exactly. We're going to get some kind of surprise next week, okay? I don't think everything's going to pan out and just everyone who's involved is who we expected, etc. So I definitely still think something is up with him. Remember, he totally is going against Detective Ambrose. He totally thinks Cora is guilty and blamed her for Maddie's murder. We don't even know if that's Maddie's body, but he thinks that he, immediately thought that she killed her. The other big thing is that he's friends with the person who's representing both JD, or who was representing, and the Bevelwick Club. I can totally see this guy being a member of the club and having those type of clothes on. Let's be real here. There may be more than one masked man, but I don't see Frankie wearing those, nice pants and nice, very nice leather shoes. There'd be no point for him to be wearing clothes like that. I think he was 23 at the time. He wasn't an actual doctor, and where would he be wearing those fancy clothes to? So I think that kind of rules him out unless we have more than one masked man at play. Okay, so I don't know this guy's background, this police chief. He might have some medical expertise, or maybe he's just good with drugs, the illegal kind. I don't know. All right, let's move on to my next person, who is Cora's dad. We know her parents are insane and there's some shady people and they would do shady stuff. So they're saying that, their daughter died because of her disease, which is straight up a lie. No matter how you look at it, they're lying about it. No matter what they think happened to her or how she died, they know that's they know that's not how she died, okay? So either they know she died from sex and they're just so embarrassed by it that they're using this line that she died from her sickness, or they were involved in her death somehow. Not in her death, but they are involved in the cover-up of her death somehow. They were involved with drugging their own daughter. Now, I also don't see her dad fitting into those nice clothes and nice shoes or being a member of the club, but maybe Cora told them what happened and he freaks out and starts abusing her. I just feel like he's not as much of a suspect, but I have seen some people asking if he is involved in some way. I can only see that from the standpoint that we have some sort of missing piece here, because they're lying about how she died. They know she didn't die from being sick, unless Cora told them that she got, sick while they were out and had a heart attack and didn't say how that happened. Possibly, but I still feel like they're involved in some way. But we still need to try to figure out who is the abusive person who's been abusing Cora and caused her to do drugs and all of those things, like drugs against her will. All right, so my next suspect would be this Todd person, which really sucks because we don't know anything about him, but he would definitely be someone who would be dressed like the person that we saw at the club with the mask on. We don't know his background. He could be a doctor. I have no idea. So he could have some medical expertise, and he would definitely have a reason to want to shut her up because they are covering up this death of Phoebe, which is also very interesting to me because here's what I think is going on. Obviously, the way we saw it, it wasn't a murder or anything like that. It was a natural death. But I believe they want to cover all of this up because people might start digging into the club and what's going on with basically prostitution and drug use and who knows what else, like crazy sex club. I don't know. So I think they don't want police to realize that someone died there in case they start looking into how she died and then finding out other crazy stuff's going on there. And that's what I think. I still say all this because we're getting those memories of how she died from Cora, and I still wonder if that is absolutely how it happened, or was, you know, Frankie more at fault, or was something else going on that we did not get from Cora's memory last week. I mean, I feel like 98% sure that that's how it went down, but still I kind of question, like, is it really? Because we're still missing like so many pieces to this puzzle. And my very last suspect would be Cora's husband. Now, I haven't really thought of him as being a bad guy in this entire series, but I know a lot of you are dead set on him having some involvement, so I wanted to include him. I just have trouble finding what is his motive in this because he met her at a restaurant when she was working as a waitress. So he, from what we know, was not a part of the country club scene, JD's friends, anything like that. But maybe he knew more than he has let on. Maybe he actually knows those guys. Maybe he used to run around with them. Maybe he used to be part of their sexcapades and drug use and stuff. I don't totally see it. So for those of you who think that he was the masked man or somehow involved in all this crap that went down or torturing Cora, let me know how you connect him into this. But I did want to include him because, you know, that would be a really good twist that he was somehow involved. But I personally don't know how to connect those dots there. So I just want to let you know how things are going to go down this week for this show on my channel. So what I'm going to do is do a reaction video Wednesday when the show is on. So you will get to see my reaction in live time as to what happens, and I'll have to edit that and put that up that night. And then I will be doing a live chat on Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern, so we can chat about everything that was revealed in the finale. So I hope you can make it for that. But if you can't, I totally understand. I will also upload that to my channel. But I'm very interested to see who you think is the masked man, or what else do you think will be uncovered in this final episode? What stuff will be revealed that we don't see coming? Is there anything that you think that I didn't mention that you think is going to be revealed? I think it's been a really good show and really interesting to theorize about. So thank you so much for watching this show with me. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And please subscribe if you like shows like The Sinner, because I'm also covering American Horror Story, Room 104, and Mr. Mercedes currently. And a lot more stuff is coming up, like How to Get Away with Murder and This Is Us and much more. So hope you're having a great day. Bye. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Kelly TV. I would love for you to subscribe and be a part of the Kelly TV family. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter so you can keep up with all I'm doing.